I'm Dr. Jill O'Donnell-Tormey, CEO and Director of Scientific Affairs at the Cancer Research Institute. And I have the honor today to have a conversation with two of the luminaries in the field of cancer immunology and cancer immunotherapy. They're also members of our Scientific Advisory Council. Here with me today is Dr. James Allison, who's the Director of the Scientific Advisory Council, and Dr. John Wherry, who's an Associate Director. The Cancer Research Institute obviously has the mission to eventually develop immunotherapies that will impact all types of cancer. But we also believe that it all starts with basic research. And I don't think many people understand really what is basic research and how can something very basic in the laboratory lead to treatments that can save lives.
I think that basic research is a term that's poorly understood. What we do is more basic research that I like to call discovery research. You know, you've got to keep doing the basic research just to make sure you're not doing something a little bit different than people have been doing. The breakthroughs don't come from that. They come from the basic science, always.
What do you think the role nowadays with all the new technologies, the fact that we have effective immunotherapies, but we know they don't work for everybody, so where does the next breakthrough come from?
Jill, I think this is a critical question, and I think we can do this incremental science and we can slightly improve the things we have, but what we really need in the field are people that think about those step changes, those things that change the way we think about biology in a fundamental way.
What are the challenges we face right now?
We, for the first time, have proven that we can cure cancer. I mean, we know now that we can cure cancer, so the challenge now, which is a good one, I mean, it's not can we do this, which was the challenge
for many years.
When I first became associate, or can we ever do this? And the answer now is yes, we can.
New technologies that are allowing us to ask questions that you couldn't ask, 20 years ago, that are asking now, are leading to enormous amounts of data, both in the preclinical setting and in the clinical setting. What role could CRI play here in taking all of this data science and bioinformatics? Where should we go?
Yeah, we've had something we call the genomic revolution in the past 10 years. We've been able to sequence the DNA or RNA of anything we want, and that's created an enormous amount of data. But what's happening in immunology and cancer immunology especially is we have other data types. We have imaging data from radiology looking at tumors and how they change. The immune system is much more complicated than the data we got with the genomic revolution. We can generate petabytes of data in a day from a clinical trial. I don't even know what that means. What I do know, though,
it's a lot.
is you can't move that amount of data around and you can't analyze it. One of the biggest things that CRI can do is create a forum where the data is accessible, where it's curated, and where it's made available for people to test their idea on other data sets. And that's really key. So CRI's advances in this area are going to be transformative. It's going to actually be a central hub for a lot of what the field does going forward.
Realizing that bioinformatics and data science is going to be so important that we bring this into immunology, what role do you think CRI should play in perhaps bringing the biology of immunology together with data science and bioinformatics?
The importance of bringing bioinformatics and computational biology to immunology is critical. Years ago, these two ideas sat in very different places, both physically and conceptually, and it just didn't work. What we've really found in the field is that these need to be not different things, they need to be the same thing. It needs to be the same people, it needs to be the same labs. But building a big tent and a community that actually has a common purpose and has a common set of goals and actually has a common language for what we're trying to accomplish and how we do it is really critical.
How should CRI evolve its scientific strategy for the future?
Well, number one, I think CRI needs to continue to bet on what it's been a field leader in for 50 years or more. And that is betting on people, and it's betting on innovation, and it's being bold about scientific ideas. We should expand to computational biology, to informatics, to where science in patients is pushing the mechanism. And that's new, and we should take full advantage of that. Science is really driven by people, and it's driven by the innovation that people bring to solving the problem. It's not just that you have to do good science.
Right.
And I think CRI has consistently been the leader in picking out those next stars in immunology, that cancer immunology, but immunology in general. CRI brings sort of an urgency and an approach that says we need to continue to push the boundaries, not being satisfied that our approach is good enough. That's a real differentiator for CRI.
What excites you about the CRI?
I'm incredibly excited by the new people that are being funded. We've funded these early career investigators. They're inspiring. They give me, hope that we are going to make those step changes in cancer immunology and discover the next big thing. They bring fresh energy to the field. They bring that excitement about what's possible.
We can bring these exciting people together, get them into the field by funding their work early, bring them in so they can continue to work with people who have the same commitment and want to keep us nimble and attacking new things that we can't even think of today, but are going to be important.
Well, thank you, Jim and John, for giving us your perspective. You are the experts in the field. It matters. Your viewpoints guide what the Cancer Research Institute does as we continue to always evolve and be as impactful as we possibly can. To learn more about where we're going and what CRI is doing, please visit our website at cancerresearch.org.